Welcome, everybody. It is finally time. The 2024 slide style season is upon us. It is time for some freestyle tandem drifting. Slide style is on your screen. I am Alex. Welcome to the start of the season right here at Atron Circuit. We have been waiting for this one. We're delayed by a week. We were going to be here last Sunday. Unable to do it, had to move it forward a week, and all of these drivers working with us to get everything ready to rock and roll. And we are here. It is a perfect day for some freestyle tandem drifting action. But before we get to those tandems, we've got to qualify these guys. We have got a list of some of the best drifting drivers on CarX online in the world right now. That's right, slide style is worldwide, baby. Best drivers in the world here, ready to duke it out to find out who is going to be the winner of the first event of the 2024 season. We look around the beautiful sights here at the Atron Circuit. We jump into our live view here. We see sitting on the starting line, you know his name already, Malte. On the starting line, ready to rock for qualifying. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at our lineup for today. If you have been a fan of slide style for a long time, you know some of these names. There's a couple of new names on the list as well. And there's some names you may be familiar with from our practice streams that have never been able to be a part of a slide style event that are here now ready to battle it out. We got Malte, Frankie, of course, Flux is here, our man Jason. Red Fraser is here, the first time driving in a slide style event. P-Dub, as always, Slides is here. Skull, J-Star, Theory, Lax, Waifu, Tempa, and then, of course, technical director and two-time slide style champion Wayne, and the race director himself, the man making sure everything is running as smooth as can be, DK Greer, bringing up the rear. Before we get rolling, couple things we got to go over. We got to talk about these machines here. Looking at Malte's ride right in the center of your screen, you see the rear wheel drive machine with 1,000 horsepower maximum. These guys are allowed to run. A couple of modifications to the rules for this season. There has been some mods made available on PC to where you can switch out for custom modeled body parts and engines, transmissions, rear ends, all these incredible things. However, we are all about being united with our friends on consoles as well. We want anybody that wants to be a part of a slide style event to be a part of a slide style event here in CarX Drift Racing Online. So we say that only stuff in the base game as part of the driveline and the body kit, only things in the base game are allowed to be on the car. Wheels have got to be 16 to 20 inches in diameter with a 275 millimeter width maximum. All four wheels all the way around the car have to be exactly identical. If you're new to slide style, we've got 110 adhesion. These guys have got horsepower, they have got grip, and these cars absolutely throw down. It is insane to see, and for qualifying, the way we line all these guys up, these guys are going to make one run, and you guys at home watching along are going to be giving a 1 to 5 star rating. That is right, no judges in slide style. You guys are the ones deciding who moves forward in the event and who goes home. Top 11 drivers are going to advance directly into the bracket, and then the drivers ranked 12th through 16 are going to go again for the last chance qualifier, and you are going to pick between those 5 drivers as to who moves into the last and final bracket spot. We are looking at speed, angle, flow, and aggression. We want to see how these guys attack this course that you're going to see in just a moment. Now, before we get started, we have one last new detail for this season that you will see during during qualifying. I saw the word practice on my screen and it just came out my mouth. I'm so excited, man. Finally, we're back for slide style. One new thing you're going to notice during qualifying is the bonus cones. That's right. In SLIDESTYLE, we have no zones. That has always been important to us. No zones here in SLIDESTYLE. However, we have added 2 bonus cones per map for the lead drivers to aim for, to gain themselves some extra votes. So after the vote goes in the chat later, you will see if they hit those bonus cones, you will see those votes be added. But that's during the bracket later on. That does not apply to qualifying. Now, if you think, as the judges at home, if you think that these drivers should be awarded for hitting those bonus cones during qualifying, give them a higher score, because you guys decide who is going to move forward first. And with all that being said, we are up to our first driver. Malte is already on the line, ready to go, multiple-time event winner here in SLIDESTYLE, and there is nobody better to show you today's racing line than our man Malte. He is free, clear, and ready to go. Got the green light from race control. Let's see what Malte has got for us here in the server. Taking off, you'll see him headed into the first turn here. Hanging that long right-hander, getting all that angle all the way out in the blue paint, making it over to the dirt, makes the transition as you see our first bonus cone there. And in bracket competition, that would have been a hit. He got that first bonus cone, making the wall ride here. Around the guardrail, you see the sparks off the back bumper. Slings it back around, riding right on that white line, making his way into the final transition. Before heading up the hill, you see the awesome camera shot here as he flies up the hill as he into the second bonus cone and comes across for the finish. That vote is on the way to the chat. Replay on your screen. We watch Malte absolutely shredding this course. Let us know what you think. And great first run. We're checking out, just a little bit of time left here. Up to a 3.9 currently for this first run. Absolutely stellar run there from Malte, showing off this course. As we come down to the end of the vote here, it's going to be a 4.1, locks it in, 4.1. And that is a hell of a bar to set for our first event of the season as we head back to our live shot here. Our man Frankie on the line. It says it's got my man in a Lexus here. My man's not in a Lexus. We're go take care of it. We're go upgrade here. Got to get him in the right machine. Well, that doesn't work either. What's going on here, man? What's happening with this here? Maybe all right. We're gonna make up a whole new car. Our man is in. What are we gonna say here? He is in a. This is a Chevrolet. That's what this car is now. He's got to see down in the graphic in the bottom right of your screen. We're gonna call this is a European Chevrolet. Over in the Twitch chat, I see it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's what it is. It's maybe it's got an LS in it. That's what we'll say. We'll say it's got an LS in it. Our man Frankie has been around the SLIDESTYLE family for quite a long time. widely known for his absolutely insane livery designs for his cars. I have said for a long, long time now that I think he should work professionally in motorsports, designing cars for drivers. Absolutely incredible work all the way around. But finally able to make it to qualify for a slide style event. He is an incredible driver. Cannot wait to see what our man Frankie has got for us here. As this beautiful, mean machine rips off the line here. We could say that's a Chevy engine in there. Look at that. You can even see through the hood. Got a little window to it. As he rips that angle into the first turn, makes his way around. All the way out, does clip that first cone. Sends it around the first hairpin of the course here. With the reverse entry, gripped up a little bit on him, but he threw that thing in there. Heading down the back straight up the hill, is able to nail that cone as well. And then down to the finish. Get your vote in the chat. Let us know what you thought about Frankie's run. Sailed it in there with that reverse entry, but it gripped up on him a little bit more than he wanted. I don't think he got that Chevrolet horsepower that he was looking for there. Oh, that's funny. AMG machine there, looking mean as always. Like I said, this man's livery designs are something else. Super professional looking racing machines. You could see as he sailed it in there, it just gripped up on him just a bit. As the votes are making their way into the chat, about 30 seconds left here on the vote. Coming down to it here. But you guys' voices are what's going to let us know who is moving on into the main event, who is going to the last chance qualifier, and who is going home. With your votes as we look on, this one comes down to the end. Looks like it's going to land on a 3.2 for Frankie. 3.2 in his first qualifying outing for Slide Style in 2024. Jumping back in here, another name that is familiar to everybody here in Slide Style is our man Jason. It is Flux in the server, rocking the. See, I always get made fun of for how I pronounce things. Is it Lada or Lada, or is it a what kind of A is it? He's got the station wagon. That's what it is. He's got the station wagon machine, got the new wheels on it. These guys are gonna make fun of me because I don't know how to pronounce European car manufacturers' names, but he's rocking the machine here. And we are going to see what he's got. So it is like, see, oh yeah, I see over here in the chat. These guys always make fun of me for how I pronounce everything. That's all right. Diego Santiago is going to be here in Slide Style this year at some point. We're going to invite him. Hey, if you'd like to come hang out with some of these guys and see some of the foolishness that we get into during practice, man, ! Slide Style in the chat will get you linked up with the official Slide Style Discord as we get ready to send Jason off here on his first run. He's got the green light from Race Control. Sending that station wagon machine. You see the suspension putting in the work there. As he sails it around, gets the front tire on that bonus cone there. And look at the rear bumper right on the guardrail all the way through. Tires off in the dirt. My man is maximizing every bit of this course. What a run here from Flux. All the way out, tapping the wall, makes the transition here. Let's see how he does on the way up the hill. Beautiful as ever, grabs the bonus cone. Oh, big chunk of the wall there, though, as he comes to the finish. But leading up to that point, man, what a run. We get the replay here. He was able to keep it pointed in the right direction there at the end. We take a look on the way through that first turn. I mean, look how close on the guardrail entry there with that rear bumper. That was insane. On that corner as well, so close on the guardrail. But then you see here, it just grabs a bite of the wall. That concrete will reach out, grab you, and sail you around. About 20 seconds left on the vote here. Let us know what you think about Jason's run. Of course, there's always the last chance qualifier. We saw the beginning of the run was probably some of the best work we've seen so far. So if he is end up in that last chance qualifier, I'm sure he will make a hell of a go for it to make his way into the event here as that vote comes to a close. Going to land on a 2.5 rating. Does put him at the bottom of the list for now. He's good for third place, but I'm sure that will get moved along as we go here. Coming back to the line, new driver here in slide style action, Red Phaser, rocking the Mustang machine. Looking absolutely awesome here. Ready to see what he does with this one as he is ready to roll off the line. Let's see if he can take aim of Maltese 4.1. Quite the mountain to climb here. As he launches off the line. Good initiation here into the first turn. Kicks it around, takes the inside line. All the way out to the dirt, sailing that thing way out there, is still able to get a piece of that bonus cone. Makes his way through the hairpin here. Grips up on him a little bit, but he does keep the angle. Sails it around. You see that suspension working on this Mustang machine as well. Transitions up the hill. Is he going to get this cone out in front of it just a little bit, but does manage to make the ride all the way around the wall. Awesome run from Red Phaser here. As the vote is on the way into your chat. If you are on a mobile device and you're having trouble seeing the vote, sometimes it's a little better to pull up Twitch in a browser window, like actually in your web browser instead of through the Twitch mobile app. That somehow helps out with the voting situation sometimes if you're having trouble seeing it. Get those votes in. Let us know what you think about Red Phaser, his first qualifying run here in slide style. Looking good. Rocking that Mustang machine all the way up and around the hill. Just a few seconds left, letting us know what you think about Red Phaser's run here. Currently sitting on average, looks like a 3.4. See if it holds up here in the last few seconds. Some people like to sneak votes in right at the very end. And it is going to be a 3.4 for Red Phaser. Drops him into second place, able to squeak by Frankie. We will see how that holds up as we move on, and we may have somebody that can have something to say about that. Drop back in here to the starting line, and you are looking at a multiple-time event winner here in slide style, PWX, in the server, rocking this S15 machine, and he has said on multiple occasions he is gunning for the title this year, looking to dethrone Wayne, the two-time champion. We're going to see if he's able to make it happen here today, starting out in the 2024 season, looking to start with the bang in the point standings. He gets the green light from race control. Let's see what our man P-Dub has got. Sails it into the first turn. Keeps it on the inside line, gripped up a little bit on him there. Opting to not aim for the outside on the cone. Tucking it in tight around the guardrail there. Sails it all the way into the next corner. Looking clean on the white line there all the way around. And we'll see how he does with the transition on the way up the hill. Looking good. Is able to tag that second bonus cone as he makes his way through. And across the finish line. Great stuff here from PWX as I go to our replay. My man showing a little love on the front bumper, if you notice. Got the OYS and the F-Wire on there. Much love to our man P-Dub. That was a point of discussion during some of our practice sessions as we watched the replay loop back around here. The beginning of this line here, you'll see he opts to go for the transition through this center portion and not sling out to the outside to go for the cone. That's going to be interesting because if whoever he is, if he's paired up against a chase driver, they're going to have to be able to anticipate a move like that where a lot of people have been practicing going out to the outside. The chase driver does have to anticipate a move like that because that is still within the line. That's not the preferred line necessarily, but the lead drivers in slide style with no track limits and no zones, they are free to make those decisions. And it is up to the chase driver to try to maintain proximity and anticipate as best as they can. Coming down to the last few seconds here on the vote. Sitting steady on a 3.5 now, it looks like, and it is going to be a 3.5 for our man P-Dub. Awesome run from him to get the season started off. Coming back around, we see a BMW driver here. We saw him a couple times last season. Our man Slides is in the server, ready to rock and roll, and this machine has been looking some kind of good all throughout practice. Can't wait to see what he's going to bring to us here for his first qualifying run. Launching it off the line, looking to get a ton of angle into the first turn. As he does that, slings the transition huge, almost reverse there, able to keep that car on angle all the way through. So much angle out to the bonus cone as well. Holds it out on the guardrail there. Played it a little bit safer on the guardrail. He knows he had a flaming hot start to the run. Gets almost 90 degrees sideways in the second hairpin, but he wanted to make sure that he didn't get caught off by that guardrail, which is a smart decision, I think. Sails it out around the wall right here, coming to the finish. What a qualifying run by our man Slides. He did not come to play today, that is for sure. So much angle through that first turn. You see completely sideways into both hairpins. Great run from Slides there. Right on the white line all the way around the final wall ride. Man, I can't believe how much angle he was able to get out of that ride. That is some kind of awesome, man. Great stuff from Slides. Looking to take down Malte with a 4.1. I mean, Malte set the standard absolutely with his run. 4.1 is the target to take the top spot right now for Slides. Last few seconds on the vote. Let us know where you want to see him. Get your vote in there. as he is going to hit a 3.6, just enough to squeak by PWX into second place. 3.6 for Slides on that run there. Looking forward to seeing him in bracket competition later on. We jump back around. Somebody who's been a mainstay in slide style since the first season, I believe. Skull been rocking and rolling, improving hand over fist event after event, and has become one of the top drivers here in slide style. Looking to see what he has got for him. His Skull is getting ready to rock and roll in this S15. Gonna get the clear from race control. Rips off the line, horsepower screaming in that machine. Good amount of angle here on the first turn, all the way out to that blue paint. Stays away from the dirt, gonna get every bit of the bonus cone. Rear tires in the dirt, sliding it into the guardrail. Got the rear bumper. Oh, it grabbed him just a little bit, but he's able to hold on to it, keep it moving. All the way out to the blue paint on the second hairpin. Quick transition, back up the hill he goes. Looking good all the way through here. And that is gonna do it for Skull's qualifying run. All the way out, off in the dirt there, and able to hold on to that machine. Keeping in mind here, we say no zones, no limits in slide style. In traditional drifting events, dropping those tires off in the dirt would be a pretty big no-no. That wouldn't be something you're aiming for. But here in slide style, I mean, we are fully aware of how difficult it is to hold on to a rear-wheel drive drifting machine when your rear tires are in the dirt. I mean, this man went all the way to the absolute edge of control, and you see there, just grabbed a little bit of that guardrail, was able to keep trucking though. But sailing those rear tires off in the dirt like that, not a penalty or any harm done by any means. That is actually exactly what we're looking for here. Little contact with the wall there as well, contact with other drivers in tandem competition. As long as you don't knock the other driver off of their line, we are looking for a little bit of contact here. Why we call it Freestyle Tandem Drifting, and these guys are the best of the best. Unfortunately, grabbing that guardrail a little bit there is looking to reflect on the votes, currently sitting at a 3.3, and that is going to be the vote, a 3.3. Gonna land Skull currently in 5th place as we move forward. J-Star on the line, RX-7. Ready to send some of that, maybe right. Does he have? I don't think he has. I think he's swapped the motor out there. I'm not sure. Who's gonna say? Are we gonna hear that rotary, classic rotary sound? But I don't believe we are, because I think he's gonna put something else in there. Maybe I should put the Chevy logo on this one as well. J-Star ready to rip it for his qualifying run here. Let's see what he's got for us. Sitting back off the line a little bit, gets a little bit of a run up to the first turn here. Cranks it sideways. You see him grab that handbrake and then stamp those rear tires on the white line all the way around. Does get that first bonus cone. Sends it in there deep as he can in the first hairpin. Tons of angle off in the dirt, able to hold on and bring it around. What? That's one of the best sends through the second hairpin we've seen all day. Gets the transition up the hill. Is able to get that second cone. Ooh, but the wall grabs somebody yet again. The guardrail in these walls. Not sure where he's going. He lost track of where he's at here. That vote is coming to you there. I think that wall rattled his cage just a little bit. Can't believe that second hairpin right there that you're seeing right now. Absolutely unbelievable. getting the rear end off in the dirt, dropping a gear and just stamping the throttle and driving out of it. Slide style, that's what it's all about, man. These guys, absolute incredible driving talent. Did manage to get a piece of that concrete barrier on the final turn, as we'll see here in just a moment on our qualifying replays. Right there, just grabs a bite of the rear of the car and knocks it off angle a little bit. That wall will do that. About 20 seconds left on the vote here. We got to give a big shout out as this vote comes to a close here. J-Star looking to get a 2.3 so far. Big shout out once again to Wayne and DK. Of course, DK is race control for all of our slide style events, making sure that these drivers know where they need to be when they need to be. 2.3 for J-Star. As we jump back to the starting line here, we're looking at Theory, and like I said, already sitting on the starting line is Theory, lined up, ready to go, because DK is making sure everything is going as smooth sailing as it needs to be. And of course, Wayne helping on the technical side of things, making sure all these drivers' cars are within proper specification, making sure our events look as smooth and pretty as they can be. So huge shouts out to them for that. Theory, of course, the only driver last year going into the last event that was mathematically eligible to take Wayne out for the championship. It was going to be a long shot, and he was unable to pull it off. But one of the favorites going into this season, starting out 2024, to be going for that championship by the end of the year. So we're going to see if he can start it off right here. Gets the green light from race control. Much like Malte's super smooth entry into the first turn here. Sails it around, beautiful line. Right up against the guardrail, you see the sparks off the rear bumper, but it grabs a hold of him as well. These walls are dangerous today, grabbing a hold of everybody, and you can see right on the white line. I mean, putting this car on absolute edge is Theory, but it's risk versus reward. Those walls will reach out and grab you, and look how close on the wall ride all the way around for Theory's run. These walls, how many people have they got? Has it been 4 people so far the walls have reached out and grabbed? So we take a look on the replay here. I mean, buttery smooth up to this point, got in there and just riding that wall, and it just kicked the rear of the car around. As we said earlier with Malte's run, they're just so smooth around this course, but trying to maximize, they know they have such a high bar to beat, with Malte scoring that 4.1 early on, first run of the day. And if I do say so myself, I think that Theory would have eclipsed that 4.1 if it wasn't for that right there, that wall reaching out and grabbing him. Because this is about a perfect run on this course as you could ask for there. And that's going to factor in later on during bracket competition as well. These lead drivers may opt to take a tighter line through that first hairpin to avoid that contact with that wall, or maybe are they going to send it out there to see if the chase driver doesn't fall into the same trap and get bit by the wall. But a 3.3 average for Theory makes it good for 6th place. Rounding out the top half of our bracket so far, so we'll see if he holds on to that position. We come back around to somebody that ran a couple of events last season, doing a great job. Is our man Lax. Got the right-hand drive here. Bunch of these guys have the right-hand drive, but you see there on his windshield, he's got the name and everything flipped around, and he's got the arrows pointing at the driver. As he is ready to fire off his qualifying run here. So, as we just said, 4.1, high bar set by Malte. Second place is a 3.6. We'll see if Lax has got something for us. Sails it all the way out there, is able to grab that first cone, is going to play it safer on that guardrail. I would do the exact same thing. Cranks it all the way out to the white line on the outside, though, makes the transition, rear tires off in the dirt. You see the suspension bouncing up and down, and he still never loses angle, stays on the throttle. Works his way back around on that wall ride, playing it safe, and he does not want to get bit by these walls. And that is a smart move. Lax with the little 360 donut there at the finish. Having a little celebration as the vote is on its way to you in the chat. Appreciate everybody for joining us today live on Twitch. Of course, this season in SLIDESTYLE, moved our events to Sundays. Sundays at 2 in the afternoon, Eastern time. Of course, where I am based, but that makes it a little bit easier for all of our drivers all around we literally have drivers all around the world. You see Lax here repping Germany on the flag at the top of the screen there. We have drivers from all over the planet, and we wanted to make sure we adjusted our schedule appropriately as possible to make sure as many people could participate in these events as possible. If you want to participate in a SLIDESTYLE event, !SLIDESTYLE in the chat. We'll take you to the official Discord. That is the central hub for everything SLIDESTYLE. And we want everybody to participate. There's no skill level, does not matter. SLIDESTYLE is all about having fun, showing off your rides, and absolutely sending it with your buds. Freestyle Tandem Drifting, our own brand here. To watch Lax with this awesome qualifying run for him here. Already up to a 3.2 on the score. But you could definitely join in and be a part of a SLIDESTYLE event. It is going to be a 3.2 for Lax. Great run from him to get started. We're getting down to the end of things here. With qualifying, we had a couple more drivers that were initially ready to run this event, but some internet connection issues and things going on shortened up our field by just a little bit. But as we said, we are always welcoming new drivers. We have practices multiple times a week. These guys all hanging out, having a good time together, and of course, we're all one big family in the Discord, so definitely join !SLIDESTYLE in the chat. Speaking of big happy family, one of the most active members of that Discord is our man right here, Waifu. Gotta love the windshield banner on this machine. Awesome looking ride on the, as I have now been corrected, Lada. Got the Lada machine ready to rock and roll, the station wagon action. We're going to see what he's got for us here in qualifying. He always throws down some angle, always brings some speed. And I believe Waifu is looking to gun for the championship this season as well. Just on his initiation, he's cranked the thing about 90 degrees sideways, all the way out in the blue paint. Going to get every bit of that bonus cone there as he sends it around into the first hairpin. He traces that guardrail, but doesn't get close to it. He knows it's reaching out and biting guys. Holding on to it, going to make the transition here on the way up the hill. Clean as ever, staying off that wall, but great angle, great speed, looking good from Waifu here. Just want to make a slight note here. I do know the replays come in a little bit late into the first turn. It's just a limitation of the replay system that I have to use within our software here. which you will see later on. If you were a fan of slide style over the past 2 years, you will notice there is something that has always been lacking in our broadcasts, that we have solved that problem for this year. So that comes with a little bit of limitations on our replay. So I've only got a certain bracket of time that I can show. So we kind of cut off a little bit of the beginning, a little bit of the ending. We wanted to show the meat and potatoes of these qualifying runs for you guys to vote on them. But we have a pretty awesome surprise here coming up for everyone in just a little while. Wyfer with a great run. Watching it back, I mean, even though, I say he played it safe on the guardrail, but realistically, like in tandem competition, that's about where you want to be as a lead driver. Hey, this is an absolutely solid run on this course, exactly what you're looking for in a qualifying run. I think this is a great way to get himself locked into the event and not have to worry about that last chance qualifier. Looks like his score is going to come down to a 3.3, which is good for a 6th place spot right now, and I believe that will lock him into the show, as we only have 3 drivers remaining to qualify. There's actually only going to be, there's only going to be one driver for the, it's between 2 people for the last chance qualifier. That's a situation we've really never had before. As I said, the schedule changes and everything like that. A bunch of drivers not able to make this event, which is unfortunate, but it's how it goes sometimes in esports and in the racing world. So we'll have to see what the situation is going to be with that. But as of right now, our man Tempa, I always call him the king of angle. This car gets, he just, everybody has their thing that they're good at. Of course, we know Wayne and Malte, they carry all the speed. We've got guys like Theory and PWX that are just buttery smooth on their runs. Our man Tempa here, now I'm not trying to put him on the spot, but our man brings the angle. It is awesome every single time. Can't wait to see what he's got for us here, as he's ready to sail off into the sunset here on the qualifying run. You already see it there, how that's exactly what I was talking about. Car almost perpendicular to that white line on the way through the turn. This man is all about the angle. He's going to send it in there. He does want to get it right on that guardrail. He ain't afraid of it. Gets it on the guardrail all the way around. Through the second hairpin, keeping that angle sharp as ever. Kicking the transition here, going to go back up the hill. Gets that second bonus cone, stays right on that white line with that run. Awesome stuff from Tempa. Exactly what I expected. I told y'all, my man brings the angle every bit of the way. High votes here so far for Tempa. Not that they're not deserved, but I'm glad to see everybody's got respect for the angle game. This man has got his car tuned exactly the way he wants to have it, and it definitely shows. Super solid qualifying run there. Could even possibly be looking to take out that 4.1. It's going to be close. You know that car is going to be good in the lead run. Then the question is, how well can he keep the proximity on the chase run? And I think he is going to be able to do it. We could be seeing one of the favorites for winning today's event here. Already up to a 3.8 on the vote. Just a few seconds left. Let us know what you think. And we still have 2 heavy hitters left to go here before we round out qualifying and head into the last chance qualifier. This vote is going to come to a close here. 3.8 for Tempa puts him good for 2nd place. Great run from Tempa. 3.8 takes him up close to the top of the leaderboard. As we come back around, and you're looking at the man, the myth, the legend, 2-time SLIDESTYLE champion. I think 8-time SLIDESTYLE event winner. Wayne on the line, ready to kick off the 2024 season. Been holding on to the title for 2 whole years, and he is not looking to give it up anytime soon. Ready to kick off 2024 the right way. And let's see what Wayne has got for us here in his first run in round 1 of this season. So much angle through the first turn, puts those rear tires right on the white line, holds them there all the way around, taps that white line all the way out to this white line. My man is just tracing lines here, holds the rear of the car all the way around the hairpin. The tracks don't lie. That he never had that rear tire come off the white line all the way around, and you see it here as well. My man is tracing lines all the way around the course, gonna get the transition here, taps that white line as well, up the hill, all the way around on the wall ride, doesn't let him bite him, and through to the finish. Good grief. Could we be looking at the first ever 5-star run? First ever? It could happen here. We're going to see what everyone at home thinks. Just watching the replay here, absolutely unreal. There is a reason why Wayne is a 2-time champion, and you are looking at it on your screen right here. I mean, Malte absolutely threw down his run to get a 4.1, and now you have Wayne like just tracing white lines. He would have got an A+ in art class. He stays within the line. Look at this, man. That is insanity. I mean, you know he's going to be good, and and it's hard for me because I try not to play favorites. You know, I've got to be the non-biased commentator, but you're watching this run from an objective standpoint. It literally, you cannot do better. That is the perfect qualifying run for Atron here this season. I mean, Malte's was damn close to perfect. And then you have this. And if Theory hadn't got bit by the wall earlier, his would have been there as well. Absolute insanity. The vote comes down, and it is going to be a 4.5, one of the highest vote averages we have ever had in SLIDESTYLE. A 4.5 on the qualifying run for Wayne. Absolutely awesome run for him. The bar has been set high. Cannot wait to see what these guys look like in bracket competition. They have got their work cut out for him. But, however, I will point out, for all the props that we are giving Wayne for that run, he was dangerously close to the guardrail and that last concrete wall, and it doesn't discriminate against anybody. It'll reach out and grab any of these drivers. So even though Wayne could throw down a run like that, you never know what could happen in the brackets. But an awesome run to take over the top spot, and we are down to our last qualifier. This is the man right here. DK Greer is our race director. He makes sure that everything is handled during this event, and that is why he is the last qualifier. So everybody else runs, and once everything else is done, he comes and makes his run. And these guys have a whole lot of fun in race control as well, making sure that everything is taken care of and smooth as it needs to be. But we have made it down to the end of qualifying, and we are going to have just three drivers. I need to learn how to count. 3 drivers are going to be up for the last chance qualifier position. But first, DK has got to make his run and see where he's going to be on that lineup. With the 360 out of the gate, Sends the 360 out of the gate. I told you these boys have some fun. Cranks that bad boy sideways all the way out. Go get that bonus cone. Sails it around. Locks it down, grips it up. He doesn't care. He is slamming gears. Putting the throttle to the floor. Up the hill he goes, gets a big old piece of that outside wall. Gonna scratch up that beautiful paint job. That's an Ethan Tree paint job right there. Gonna grind it all up, another 360 on the way out. Oh boy, the vote is on the way to you right now. Oh man, what a wild one there. See DK having fun with it, cranking that thing all the way around sideways. .30 seconds left on the vote here. Let us know what you think about DK's run here. Our race control man sailing it in there. Can't wait to see where the votes are going to land for him. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of bias here from the drivers in the voting. Not saying the run didn't deserve it, of course. We love DK. He's going to get a 3.7. And see, this is where SLIDESTYLE is all about the fun and family, man. These guys are all such good friends. Throwing this 360 out at the beginning, slamming the horsepower down, ripping the car around his. It was a good run, other than the spot where he gripped up in that first hairpin. But 3.7. And that is going to do it. That is going to do it for qualifying here, as we're going to take a look at our scores on the left side of the screen. You see Wayne and Malte taking over the top two spots with some absolutely wicked runs, putting them over the threshold of 4. Great stuff from them. And then everybody from there on down to 11th is between a 3.8 and a 3.2. That's how close the competition is here in SLIDESTYLE. Tempo going to be in 3rd. Slide's going to be slotted in 5th place. PWX 6th. Red is going to be 7th. Skull with a 3.3 in 8th place, matching his number. Waifu in 9th. Theory going to be 10th. And Frankie rounding out the drivers that are locked into the show with a 3.2. Wayne going to be winning that top qualifier prize here, so congratulations to him for that. We'll see if he can roll that into an event win. This man is a menace. We're going to find out if he can, but before we get there, we have to decide on the 12th driver. The last chance qualifier. We have Lax, Flux, and J-Star going to go for a last chance qualifier run. These guys are going to make their runs back to back. We're going to show the replay one time in between, and then we are going to vote between these 3 drivers of which ones we want to see move forward as the 12th driver in the event. This first run is underway for Lax here. So take a mental note when you're watching these guys. We're not doing the 5 stars again, so see who has the most improved run compared to their first run. Lax is off to a heater here to start. Taking it around the inside there, taking the racing line. Keeping the momentum high, does the same thing here to the inside line. Looking to get creative on this second qualifying run. Love to see it, sails it out to the outside here. Is he gonna ride on the wall? He is out there all the way around. Great second qualifying run there from Lax. As we take a look at this one. We'll let it roll through. We'll let the replay roll through 2 times. As we're watching the last chance qualifying run here, just to clarify, because Charlie is not fully up to date on the changes for the 2024 season, you only sign up once. So if you make your way into the SLIDESTYLE Discord, if you want to be a part of a SLIDESTYLE event, in the sign up channel, you will see everyone else's posts. You sign up once to make sure we get all of your information into our system. And then, of course, if you make any changes or updates to your car, those can be marked there as well. But you only need to sign up once for the entire season of getting started here for SLIDESTYLE. So we watched Lax's last chance qualifying run here. Makes his way through the second hairpin. Loving the racing line, taking it on the inside there. So we're going to see how that fares when everybody's voting later on. But great second run from Lax here. Come back over live to our man Jason sitting on the line, ready to rock and roll in the station wagon. Let's see if he can put together a better run than his earlier qualifying attempt. Sails it into the first turn here. Gets all that angle, keeping it right on that white line as best he can. It's the bonus cone, staying on that white line as well, looking to lock it in. Holds the rear end on the guardrail. It doesn't bite him so far. He makes it clear. Gonna stick on that white line around the second hairpin as well. Oh, he says he wants it. Can he finish it out strong? This might be your contender right here. What a run from Flux for the second time. Massive improvement over the first run there as his last chance qualifier. So take a look at the replay here. Man, what a run there for Flux. I'm just sitting back watching this replay like it's like he sat down and said, all right, no, we're not playing around anymore. What a run from Jason. Great stuff, man. But that is not the end of it, because we have one driver that's going to have something left to say about it. J-Star on the line, ready to rock. And he is not here to play games as well with this RX-7. And he has been cleared by race control to make his final qualifying run of the day. Got the high RPMs there. You hear it hitting that rev limiter. Making a good run here, keeping it out to the outside. So much angle there around the hairpin. All the way out to the outside, about 90 degrees sideways heading into this one. Opted to get out there by the guardrail. Nobody really does that on that second turn, so he's looking to be a little inventive for his qualifying run as well. Tons of angle on the wall ride out. Oh, this might... Ooh. He might have just had a go at Flux there. This is going to be a tough call between these three drivers. We'll take a look at the replay here before putting the vote up for you guys. Last chance qualifier between Lax, Flux, and J-Star here. Man, what a second run for all three of these drivers. Lax threw it down on his run as well. I like the These guys looking for something different to try to make themselves stand apart. Lax heading for the more of the racing line in the corners and able to hold out make the apex of the corner differently than everybody else, trying to show off that angle a little bit there. Flux absolutely stamping that car on the outside edge of this line all the way around. And then, of course, you have J-Star here bringing the speed. And then look at the angle here up the hill on the wall ride. I mean, oh, absolutely incredible stuff all the way around. Great job from everyone here. As we take a look around the course here at Atron Circuit, a beautiful facility here for some drifting action, but we have got to have a vote here. So between those last chance qualifiers, Lax, Flux, and J-Star, the last chance qualifier vote is coming at you in the chat or not. Because there's only 3 drivers and not 5, and I don't believe it is very happy about it. Could, let's see. Yep, it's not going to want to do it here. Bear with me just a second here as we can see, try to figure out what's going on here. Oh, I might be able to fix this. Might be able to fix it. It's going to be a quick one here. Bear with me just a second. Seeing if we can adjust on the vote settings here. See if we can make this work for us so we can get this vote in here. If not, we'll be able to manually work things around. Wouldn't be a slide style season without some type of technical difficulty, that's for sure. We are sorting it out here quickly as possible. Appreciate everyone bearing with us here. And thanks for joining in on a slide style event. This is your first time ever joining us. I appreciate you coming to hang out. Hope you'll stick around. We have practices every week right here on the channel. Alex on your screen for OYS Live, of course. And you are welcome to come join us, hang out with these drivers by going to the Slide Style Discord, !Slide Style. We are still looking to try to get this last chance qualifier vote problem solved. Looks like we are not going to be able to make that happen in any kind of timely manner here. If one of my moderators could kindly drop that in the chat here. Last chance qualifier vote between Lax, Flux, and J-Star. The highest voted driver of those three will be slotted into the 12th spot and move on to the bracket here this evening of tandem drifting competition. We will await that to get quickly manually entered into the chat. And these guys will be able to get that vote going for you. We apologize for the technical difficulties here, but that's about how it happens here in Slide Style every year. It's always got to be something. Always got to be something. There you go. That vote is in the chat. Won't have any information on the screen for you right now, of course, as we look around the Atron circuit here. And I expect the votes to be close between all three of these drivers. I'll keep you up to speed for those watching along and maybe watching back. If you didn't have a chance to watch live and you check the stream out later, the vote is currently Flux with 9, Lax with 11, and J-Star with 1. As we are about halfway through the vote here, so definitely make sure you have your opinion known. And we are coming down to 30 seconds left in the vote here. Lax is sitting on 12 votes in the lead over Flux with 9 and J-Star with 1. "15 seconds coming down to the last second. Who is going to be the final driver? It does look like Lax is going to take over the final 12th spot for round 1. So we will get him manually entered here. Lax comes away with it in the 12th spot. And before we go to a quick break here, we're going to take a look at the lineup. On the left side of your screen, our pairings are going to be Wayne versus Lax, PWX versus Red Phaser, DK Greer versus Waifu. That's going to be a banger. Tempa versus Theory. Oh, man. Can't wait to see that one. Slides and Skull, you know they're absolutely going to throw down. And then Malte and Frankie rounding out Group 6. We have been watching those guys in practice, and they have been absolutely killing it. Can't wait to see. But for right now, we are going to take a quick break, make sure everything is sorted out with these drivers and everything is good to go in the server. And we will be right back with you in just a moment for some freestyle tandem drifting action. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Apologize again for the technical difficulties, but we are going to be rocking and rolling here moving forward. I am Alex. SLIDESTYLE is what is on your screen. We will be right back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. It is time for some freestyle tandem drifting. We have qualified and the field is set for the first round of the 2024 season here in SLIDESTYLE at Atron Circuit. Cannot wait to get this one started. These guys have been absolutely throwing down all day long, and I am so ready to see these guys line up and get it going. I appreciate everybody for joining in and watching along with us, as it is time to make it happen as we make our way over to the starting line. You can already see our first two drivers, Wayne and Lax, on the line. And if you're a fan of drifting and you've been watching drift events for a long time, but you've never seen a slide style event, you may be wondering, what's going on? Why are they sitting the way they're sitting? What exactly is it that we're doing here? Well, I'm going to tell you all about it. First things first, pulling up the bracket here for Slide Style in 2024. Same as last year. None of this aspect of the event has changed. 12 drivers, single elimination. The winners are all decided by you, the fans watching along. You guys vote on who makes their way into the next round. There are no judges in slide style. You guys are the judges. The rounds are as follows. The breakout round has 6 winners moving forward. The eliminator has 4 winners moving forward. Contender round is our semifinal with 2 winners, down to the showdown with 1 final event champion. During the breakout and eliminator round, any ties in voting go to the lower seed driver. We call it the underdog rule. So if there is a tie, it is not a one more time run. It goes to the lower seed driver. And in the contender and showdown round, a tie does automatically trigger a one more time run. Now, you may be wondering, those round winners don't line up. That's not right. How do you go from 6 to 4 to 2 to 1? It doesn't make sense. That's because during the eliminator round, there is what we call redemption. The 3 losing drivers in the eliminator round go to a vote. The 2 highest voted drivers from that vote face off against each other for redemption for the last spot in the contender round. Now, one more new thing for 2024. We talked about it all throughout qualifying, but if you're just joining us, are the bonus cones. We have no zones here in slide style. However, we have put a little incentive out there for our lead drivers. After last year's season, we came to the understanding that the entire focus of our tandem bracket runs was on the chase driver every time, and it was so the lead driver basically just had to complete the course. So now we are adding a little bit of incentive to the lead drivers in bonus cones. Now, there's cones are placed in 2 particular spots on the track. If the driver makes contact with the bonus cone, 1 vote will be added to their vote total after the vote takes place in the Twitch chat. So you will see no change on the left side of your screen until the vote begins. And then those votes will be added afterwards. If there are any contact penalties that occur during the run, that penalty will be applied after the bonus cones. So that is how all of that will be done for a maximum, of course, of 2 points, and that is only for the lead driver. So each driver will have equal opportunity to hit those bonus cones. For those runs that are super, super close on the votes, it could come down to the lead driver tagging those bonus cones. Now, if you're wondering why these guys are sitting in the way that they are, that is because in slide style, we have a hands-free approach to starting the runs. We do not have someone flashing their lights. There's no Christmas tree with the lights on it. No 3, 2, 1, go. None of that. We have set it up so that these guys are pretty much fully autonomous in their runs starting. After race control gives these drivers the go-ahead and tells them that they are clear to run, the chase car, which is Lax in this position on your screen, is going to roll forward first. Once he starts moving, Wayne, who is positioned 1 car length behind him, can overtake on the left side and is going to initiate in the first turn, and both drivers will be side by side. I'm looking forward to see it because I know these guys nailed the start perfectly every single time. So we are ready to get going. I think everything is set up and underway. These drivers are on the line. They're ready to go. Wayne is in the lead position. Lax going to be on the chase. He's got control of the start. Race control is going to let him know when to go. Lax is the control car. He rolls forward. Wayne takes off. Lax is a little bit slow. You might even say he was too relaxed on the start. Wayne is taking off, but he sails it in there. Oh, major contact to the side of Wayne. Clearly going to be a penalty there for Lax as Wayne continues on about the run here. and is going to finish this one out. Going to finish the run out here is Wayne. Looking smooth as ever as he did on his qualifying run here. As he heads back around to the starting line. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain here. Little bit of a peek behind the curtain in our broadcast situation. You see as the drivers make their way back to the starting line, there was a plan to have a second camera in place for this portion of what's going on as these drivers make their way back to the line, so that I could, of course, switch my camera over to Lax in the lead position, but we were unable to get that set up in time for this event. So we're just going to very quickly just show you a look around here. We're just going to take a look around the track a little bit, make sure, you know, everything's nice and pretty. You know, look at the beautiful building they have here at the course. Everything's great. Oh, you know, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Boom, we're back. Lax is going to be the lead driver for these guys' second run. They are ready to take off here. They are given the clear by race control. Wayne gets moving. These guys are underway. Lax in the lead position, looking to make a good run here. Wayne going to be right on his door. Are we going to see the first bonus cone here? Does not get it, just missed it by a hair, does Lax. Makes the inside line here. Wayne anticipates and sticks right with him. Is he going to do the same thing here? He does, and Wayne right on the door, staying with him all the way through it. Is Lax going to be able to get the second bonus cone here? He makes his way up the hill. No, to the inside. No bonus cones for Lax. As they complete this one, and of course, like we said, there will be a contact penalty. And here we go. I alluded to it earlier. A little bit of new technology for this season. Side-by-side run replays. As we watch along here, of course, the contact from Lax early on with Wayne. I believe it was even before. Let me take a look at the replay here. I believe it was right there, right at the beginning. You see the major contact there on the left side. The vote is in the chat, though. About a minute and a half as we watch these guys' runs. Unfortunate there by Lax. Didn't get the start that we wanted. Just that we talked about right at the top of the broadcast as far as the bracket side of things go. We're talking about that chase driver being in control of the start, but they can't stop. Once they roll forward, you don't want to let up. And that is exactly what happened. And then, of course, trying to sail it into that first turn to make that ground back up, just unable to get the grip. Last few seconds here on the vote. Wayne getting both of those bonus cones, so you will see those votes added as soon as the vote is completed and goes green here in just a few seconds. And there you have it, of course, Wayne coming away with the victory there. And you see those bonus cones added, and then, of course, Lax with the penalty. Oh, that didn't work like it's supposed to. Well, you see there, it says contact on the right side. The technical difficulties are abundant today, but it's all in good fun because we're having a great time, and these guys are getting their drift on, and we love to see it. So that is going to be the end of the first run there. Lax doing a great job making his way in on the last chance qualifier, but unfortunately, major contact with Wayne there gets him a penalty. as we come back around, taking a look at the next two drivers on track. It is going to be Red Phaser facing off against PWX. PWX, of course, going to be the lead for this first run, as these guys are ready to tear it up here. They've gotten the green light, waiting for Red Phaser to roll. He does roll. Is he going to keep the momentum up? He does. This is going to be a good start for these two. PWX with the speed, but Red Phaser looking to stay there to the inside. Gets to the door, a little tap, but it's all good. That's the kind of contact we're looking for here in slide style. We got the first cone there from PWX. Makes contact with it. Sails it around here. Huge angle from PWX. Red Phaser looking to stay with him here, driving back up to the door, trying to maintain the proximity as much as possible, having a tough time with the angle. Great transition there, so close on that rear bumper. Gets the second bonus cone as PWX to come to the finish. Great stuff from these two here. As they roll back through the pit area to the starting line. Once again, we don't have the second camera hooked up as we wanted today. So we're going to have to take a look at the building here. Let me see if I can, I got an idea here. There we go. So this little pre-roll we have here, we're giving it off because I've had the technical difficulties enough tonight. We're going full, we're breaking the fourth wall. We're talking about all of it because we're just hanging out, having a good time. The video that's rolling right here, of course, it pre-recorded, is I had it set to restart every time I come to this screen. I need to not do that, so it'll not show you this back of the building every single time. So now it won't do that anymore. So we'll have something pretty to look at, right? That's all right. All right, we're back in here. Red gonna be on the lead. These guys are lined up, ready to roll. Second run coming at you. PWX got both bonus cones. Is Red gonna be able to do that? P-Dub with control of the start. Great launch into the first turn for Red here, all the way out in the blue paint. Is he gonna be able to get this first bonus cone? Oh yeah, got every bit of it here. Heading around, got the tail of that car right up against the guardrail. P-Dub right on the door with him. Transition P-Dub right on the back bumper, all the way up, front wheel to front wheel here, side by side, matching the angle all the way through as they make the transition. Gonna head back up the hill. Not gonna get the second cone. And that is gonna do it for our second pairing. That vote is on the way to you. Replays live on your screen. There's something going on with that situation. Not sure what's happening. What's happening here? Well, apparently we're getting the frame by frame on the replay. Not sure what the situation is there. It's kind of cool though, because they are synced up a little bit. You can kind of see as it goes through the line what was going on. You can see the proximity. Hopefully we can get that solved. Vote is close between these two. This is the type of content you see in the SLIDESTYLE Discord, however, because Akuza is always our event photographer taking great shots. Of course, the new update to CarX, we found out there's a little bit of a situation going on with the drone camera. Hopefully that can get solved with another update here very soon. But you can see some shots just like these in the SLIDESTYLE Discord after the event is over. Always appreciate Akuza for documenting our events and these drivers' awesome cars. 20 seconds left to go here, the vote. Super close between P-Dub and Red Phaser here. Of course, if it does come to a tie, the lower seated driver is going to move forward. It's going to come down to it here. Could PWX get knocked out on the very first round? Oh, but the I already forgot my own event rules. The bonus cones, it came down to the bonus cones. I'm looking at the replays. I'm concerned about them not working, and I forgot the bonus cones. The tie vote came right down to the last second, 6-6 on the vote. Somebody snuck a vote in at the last second for PWX to break the tie with 7. And then, of course, the bonus cones added on. PWX is going to be moving forward. As we come back around, DK and Waifu up next. We're going to get things straight here one way or another. Trying to see what's going on with our replays very quickly. All right, we may have been able to get the replay situation solved here. We're gonna let it sit here for just a quick second and make sure it can kind of cycle through and record what it needs to record to make sure we are up to speed on everything. But that last situation right there with PWX and Red Phaser, the close vote, and it came down to the difference in the bonus cones, and that is exactly what those were intended for. Worked out exactly as we planned. So we are up now with DK and Waifu ready to rock and roll on their runs. Let's see what pairing 3 has got for us here. Waifu going to be the control car on the start. Great start for both of them, side by side into the first turn here. Waifu tucks in the pocket there. First bonus cone for DK. Successful. Oh, big contact with the wall though. Spins him around. Unfortunate. Gonna jump in here behind Waifu. I wonder if he'll let him slide back by him. Nope, way too far out on the second hairpin as well. And all sideways up in the wall is DK here. Oh, having a good time, of course. Says, I'm just gonna send it. These guys line up for their second run here. Waifu going to be on the lead for the second run. We're going to see if Waifu can grab a couple bonus cones here. DK takes off. Good start for both as they're side by side headed into the first turn here. Looking to grab that door is going to be DK. Gets up to it. Waifu puts the throttle down and rockets away. Grabs the first bonus cone. Right along that guardrail. Not going to play it safe on the second run. He is looking to show that he wants to be there at the end of this competition. DK doing the best he can to maintain proximity, but that station wagon is rolling. Does get the second bonus cone as well. DK with a little 360 there at the end. Hey, our replays are back alive. That's what we like to see. The vote is in the chat. Let us know who you want to see moving forward in the event. DK and Waifu, of course, a little bit of major contact with the wall there, sent DK spinning. Of course, our contact penalty rules are for the other driver, not your own individual car, so he never knocked Waifu off of his line. So no penalty required there, of course, but the judges are you guys watching at home, of course. Coming down to just under a minute here on the vote. Waifu holding a pretty steady lead here. Of course, also grabbed both bonus cones, so that will be added to his vote. Our next pairing already on the starting line, going to be Tempa and Theory. Can't wait for that one. Been a bunch of great pairings so far, and it's only going to get better as the night goes on here. Last couple of seconds here on the vote between DK and Waifu, and you see the contact with the wall there, sent DK spinning. Unfortunate there. Waifu throwing down a great lead run and getting both of the bonus cones. He looks to move forward in the event. That vote is gonna go green and is final. You see the bonus cones added. 13-7, Waifu gonna move on. As we said, Tempa and Theory on the line, ready to rock and roll here. And I already see the problem that's getting ready to cause itself with the replays again. If we can't tackle that problem here, it looks like we are going to be able to, so we should be good to go there. All right, I do believe we are all set. These guys are ready to go. Race control, going to give them the go-ahead here. Theory going to be the control car on the restart. Rolls forward first. Tempo ready to go in the lead position. Great start in the first turn here. Theory close on the transition. We are going to get the first bonus cone out of Tempo here. Side by side, headed into the hairpin on the wall right here on the guardrail. No contact made. Right across the rear bumper. You can see how close Theory was there, in complete control. Tempa not allowing this pressure to affect him at all on his lead run, getting all of that speed and angle that we expect from him. Nails the second bonus cone. And that will be it for his first run as they loop back around to the starting line. They are lined up again, ready to go. Theory going to be on the lead this time. They've got the go-ahead. Tempo rolls forward. Absolutely sending it into the first corner is Theory there. Tempo staying hot in his tracks. Going to get the bonus cone. Tempo all the way into the door. Knocks Theory into the fence there. It might have been a little lag there because you see how Theory kind of teleported back forward. that contact may not have actually happened on their side of things as drivers. Tempo a little distance between the two, having to make it back up. He is able to get there, headed into the last turn. Bonus cone for Theory. We'll take a look on the replay. I really don't think that contact actually happened. As we take a look here, you see Theory straighten up, but then he like teleports back forward. That may have just been a network issue between the two. I could be wrong. I'm sure they could chime in the chat here, but I don't necessarily think that contact was actually made or didn't move him into the wall any. Otherwise, great lead runs for both drivers, grabbing both bonus cones. Either way, great runs from both of these drivers. Votes are making their way in here. About 45 seconds left to go. Let us know who you want to see moving forward. Mr. Consistency. Theory throwing down smooth lines as always, both as lead and chase driver. And of course, Tempo always bringing the angle. You see it right there in the top left from that first turn into the second turn. I mean, Tempo always bringing the angle. Look here as they enter perpendicular to the guardrail on Tempo's lead run. Great work from both of these guys. That vote is coming to the close. Bonus cones, of course, both drivers hitting both bonus cones. So it's going to equal out here, and it does look like Theory is going to be moving forward his quest to be a SLIDESTYLE champion, starting out the way he wants to. Moving on into the eliminator round is Theory. Great stuff from Tempo, though. Awesome runs from everybody so far. I think I figured out, since we're breaking the fourth wall here and talking technical difficulties, I think I have solved the replay glitchy problem from earlier. We might be all right. I'll probably be eating my own words here in just a little while, but I think we should be good to go on that. So our next pairing is going to be Slides versus Skull. I can't wait for this one. I think this is going to be a banger of a pairing. Of course, the last one was as well, but this is going to be rock solid here. Can't wait to see what these guys have got for us here. Skull going to be the control car on the start, going to roll forward first. Slides going to take over on the outside. Great start from both of these two. Going to be side by side headed into the first turn here. Skull looking to manage that angle. A little bit of contact on transition. Straighten Skull out a little bit. He's going to have to make up that ground. Doesn't get the angle that Slides does. Lots of contact here between the two, but they both stay on their line. Sailing it into the second hairpin, more contact, full contact drifting here from Skull. Slides not crumbling under the pressure, holding his line, doing what he needs to do all the way through. He got both bonus cones as they roll through to the finish. Awesome work from both of these guys. Skull doing the best he can to stay close proximity, and Slides not failing when put under immense pressure from Skull in the chase position. These guys are getting lined up, ready to roll again. Slides going to be the control car for the start this time. Let's see what Skull does in the lead position, and if Slides puts all that pressure back on him, Skull looking to bring the speed here. You know he's going to have to put some distance in between slides, because if slides can get to that door, he's going to eat it up. Got the first bonus cone here from Skull. Great run into the first hairpin. Slides is coming back for that door, trying to get back to him here. Smooth, slow transition between the two there as they head back around. Oh no, and Skull over rotates, sends it around. Slides is going to keep it moving. Unfortunate there for Skull. And that will be the end of his second run. So you look at the top left with Slides in the lead. Absolutely brutal work in the chase from Skull. Just all of the pressure, all of the contact. Slides not letting it affect him one bit. But then you see there at the bottom of your screen, over rotating. Let us know who you want to see moving forward. Skull unfortunately looping it around there on his lead run. I'm sitting back and watching there. The first run up at the top left corner of your screen, man, that was a show right there from both of these guys. Skull just absolutely laying into him all the way through the run, and Slides just taking it. He's like, you ain't phasing me. I ain't worried about this. Awesome stuff in that first run. So unfortunate for Skull on the second one, looping it around. Just gripped up a little bit too much for him there. Unfortunate there. Moving on, so it is going to be Slides moving forward into the eliminator round. Great stuff from Skull here. We look to move on to our next pairing, already sitting on the line. Our Malte and Frankie. This right here is probably going to be the best pairing. I don't want to jinx anybody, but watching these guys practice these last couple of weeks, they have made so many runs together on this course, and that's kind of the part of the deal with this freestyle tandem drifting that is such unique to slide style here. Is it's very similar. It's like dancing. Is you are competing against each other, but you are also working together and trying to anticipate off of each other, and these two are two of the absolute best at that. And I was incorrect about my previous assumption about the replay situation. But we're going to see if we can't get that squared away. Replay's not wanting to hook up here. I think we might have got it squared away here. That's rather annoying. Hopefully that doesn't continue in the future. We'll see if we can't get that squared away. But I do believe we are set and ready to move on here with our next run. It's going to be Malte and Frankie facing off against each other. Frankie going to be the control car. These guys ready to rock. Off the line they go. Tons of speed from both of these guys. So much angle going into the first turn here. Frankie looking to maintain that proximity. Taps that rear bumper a little bit. First bonus cone for Malte is a success. Riding right on the wall there. Frankie right on the door. Little contact. Sticking right beside him here. The huge transition from Malte. Look at the angle headed into that second turn. He saw Wayne's qualifying run earlier and said, I got one for you. He's got Frankie right on his door and is putting down a lead run that looks just like Wayne's qualifying run there. What a show on the lead from Malte. And a chase like hell from Frankie to be able to even keep up with him. I told y'all this was going to be the show right here. Look at these guys. What a run. Hate that I don't have that second camera, man. It's killing me. All right. These guys are ready to roll here. Frankie's getting back into position. Malte says he's ready to rock. He is going to be the control car here. They're good to go. They take off. Good launch from Malte. Frankie going to have a lot of speed carried into this first turn. And you know Malte going to be right on him all the way through it on the door through the first turn. Close transition here. Not getting the bonus cone is Frankie. The first one around. We'll see if he gets the second one. Still super close. You saw him grab the brakes there in transition. Malte is all over Frankie here. Quick shallow speed transition there. Is able to grab that second bonus cone as they hit the finish line side by side. That right there is freestyle tandem drifting. Frankie in his first ever slide style event. Like we said earlier in qualifying, no stranger to any of these drivers, been a big friend of ours for years at this point. Just the schedule never lined up to allow him to participate. Finally able, with our new schedule, to be a part of the show. So excited for Frankie to be part of the show here. I mean, Malte is in his element today. Frankie lining up against him, and Malte looks to not be stopped today. Frankie with a great run, lead and chase here, but Malte, of course, with just over a minute left in the vote, holding the shutout. 12-0 currently. Well, as we see Malte taking a pretty steady lead here over Frankie, just received some unfortunate information from race control, and longtime fans of slide style are going to roll their eyes so hard in just a second as Malte takes the win here over Frankie. Great run from Frankie. As I said, so excited for him to be a part of the slide style season this year. As we come back to the starting line, And everybody here that's been a longtime fan of SLIDESTYLE just rolled their eyes so hard because PWX's power has gone out in his entire area. I haven't gotten information on why. Maybe there's a storm. I hope he is able to. He has mobile. He is able to text, so he's talking to us on Discord, so he is safe. So that's the good news, but the power is out in PWX's area, and guess who gets a damn free pass to the contender round? I think Wayne. I'm wondering if Wayne doesn't have some operatives out there around the world cutting some power lines or something. Wayne is going to have the free pass rolling on, so we're going to take this opportunity, since this would be a tandem pairing here, and it's just going to be Wayne making a buy run pass very quickly. We're going to talk about the calendar for this year, since we were just discussing Frankie being able to make it to our events finally, and we're so excited to have him be a part of it. But we are at Atron Circuit for round one. Red Ring going to be next Sunday, April 21st. Don't miss it. Next Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, you can go to the SLIDESTYLE Discord to get all of the events in your local time zone to make sure, and of course get notifications as well. And if you want to drive in those events, you can find out when we are practicing and everything like that. Followed up, Silverstone going to be May 5th, and then St. Petersburg May 19th to wrap up springtime here in 2024. So definitely take note of all these events. Put them on your calendar. Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Check out the SLIDESTYLE Discord for all future scheduling information. So definitely come hang out. But meanwhile, Wayne is going to take a single buy run. We're communicating with race control right now, making sure everything is locked and loaded. But of course, the eliminator round underway, as we see on the left side of our screen here. Of course, was supposed to be Wayne versus PWX. PWX unfortunately unable, and it could have been against anybody else, and everybody would have just been like, oh no, that's unfortunate. But of course, two-time champion and 700-time event winner Wayne gonna get a freebie here. So he's gonna go on and roll the course one time to secure his win and move on. Of course, he's going to show off here. Can't just roll through the course. No, we're going to throw down another wild run here. Hits the first bonus cone. I guess that's how we'll give him the points to move on to the next round. Gets the first bonus cone. Throws the 360. He's having fun with it. He knows. Sailing it around the course here. Going up for the wall ride, gets the second bonus cone. And that's going to do it for Wayne here. He grabs the win as we put his bonus cone votes in there as he goes to park it up. You see the next drivers making their way to the starting line here. Look over the beautiful facility of Atron Circuit here. I love this this course. Lots of available lines. Fun place to drift around in general, but of course we always have fun with our SLIDESTYLE line as well. Come back in on the live shot here. This is going to be a barn burner as well. And then if you look at the next pairing as well, going to be Slides versus Malte. We got another little technical difficulty issue here in the redemption round. The one thing that it's not supposed to show in my code is being shown, and I don't like it. But there ain't a thing I can do about it. That's programming woes for you there. So that's a database placeholder right there. It's called constructor. If you ever wondered how that works, there it is. But we are ready to roll here on these two. Actually, as a matter of fact, that means we're not going to have a redemption vote either because PWX obviously not able to compete, so the other two drivers will be facing off in that redemption round. So we will find out what will be happening there. But of course, Theory going to roll first. Waifu on the lead for this run. Sails it out there into the first turn. Going to get every bit of the bonus cone here with the front bumper there. All the way out to the outside, side by side. He gets a piece of the wall, though. Still holding on the throttle, not letting out of it in the dirt. Theory sticking back behind him. Making their way through the transition up the hill here. Getting more of that contact with the wall up onto the outside. Flips over on his roof. And doesn't get back to his wheels. At least I'm not the only one having trouble today, man. That's what I'm saying. As we wait for Waifu to get a tow here and get his car flipped back over to make it back to the starting line. And there he is, makes his way back up to the start. Oh boy, all right. We are ready for our second run here. Theory going to be on the lead this time around. One bonus cone for Waifu. Let's see if Theory can grab both of them. Control car rolls off first. Great start from these two. Waifu looking, major contact there. Body slams Theory. Theory holds on, no problem. All over the back bumper is Waifu here. They're going to make it clear through the hairpin. They do, right on the wall, right is Theory. Close in transition here. Waifu right on the back bumper. Sticking with him, looking to get up to that door. Just maybe a touch as they head up the hill. Both bonus cones here easily for Theory as they cross the line for the finish. See, Waifu got a pretty solid chunk of that guardrail in the first hairpin, and then we come around to the final turn here. That concrete wall just grabs a bite, sends him up and over the top onto his roof. About a minute left on the vote here. Let us know who you want to see moving forward in the event between Waifu and Theory. I think it's a pretty solid bet. Theory is going to be capturing some votes here. Two more super smooth runs, but Waifu still going to have a shot in the redemption round, as we won't have a redemption vote this time around, of course, because unfortunate for PWX, power outage in his area, not able to continue competing. Coming down the last few seconds on the vote here, Theory with a pretty solid lead of 14, and then of course has two bonus cones to add to that. As he looks to move forward in competition into the contender round. Slides versus Malte on the starting line. That's going to be a solid pairing here. Malte, of course, been on a tear all night long, but Slides not playing any games either. These guys are ready to rock and roll. They are on the starting line. Hopefully we can have our replays cooperate with us here. You'll see the bonus cones added to the score. Theory 16-2 over Waifu. And the replays did the thing again. I don't understand why it doesn't do it every time, is the question that I'm having at the moment. Do believe we have our replays settled in, back underway here. All right, we're good to go. Slides and Malte, these guys are ready to rock. First run, Malte is going to be the control car on the start. Gets a good launch. Slides is right with him there, taking over on the outside. Sends it way out wide. Gives a little door slap to Malte there. Malte's like, I'm not worried about that. All the way out to the dirt, both of these guys. Right across the back bumper. First bonus cone for Slides is a success. Grinding that rear bumper across the guardrail there. Incredibly tight in transition here. Malte right on the door. Once again, just like earlier, Slides not crumbling under the pressure of an intense chase on the way up the hill. Does not get the second cone on the way around. Coming across the finish line. Awesome run from both of these two. All right, these guys set back up on the starting line. Malte going to be in the lead position this time around. We'll see if he can grab both bonus cones. Slide's going to be the control car on the start. Rolls off. Tucks right in behind Malte on the first turn. Malte looking to take away, put some gap in here. Slide's going to have to do some work to catch up with him here. Malte absolutely ripping it, staying right on that white line all the way around the first hairpin curve. Slide's doing everything he can to drive back in. He's going to cut it in on the inside here and still not able to make the ground up. Malte just locking down the horsepower here, heading through the finish. Gets the second bonus cone. He hit both of them as they come through and cross the finish line. What a run from Malte there. You see on the replay, even out of the first turn, he gained the gap on Slides and just absolutely walked away with it. Malte is a man on a mission this Sunday. Malte, of course, grabbing both bonus cones. Since this one's pretty much a foregone conclusion, we know Malte is about to capture the win for this one. About a minute left on the vote. But it is going to be Waifu and Slides facing off for redemption. Once again, PWX power outage in his area, unable to compete against Wayne and unable to compete as part of the redemption vote. So Waifu and Slides are going to be granted the redemption positions, and they are going to face off against each other 1v1 to find out who's going to be the final driver in the contender round. Could be Waifu versus Malte in contender, or we could get a rematch between Slides and Malte again. We're going to find out here in just a minute. Last couple seconds on the vote here. I want to thank everybody yet again for hanging out with us this afternoon, enjoying the show. Probably enjoying my technical difficulties. You've ever hung out on an OYS live stream, you know I can't stand it. But it's been a long day, and I'm just having fun watching these guys get after it. Malte, there you go. It is official. Has the win. Waifu and Slides going to be the redemption pairing. And they are already lined up on the starting line, ready to go. Once again, shouts out to DK for keeping these guys organized and smooth all night long. And I hope everybody is enjoying watching round one of SLIDESTYLE's 2024 season here from Atron Circuit. Waifu versus Slides. We're gonna hope the replays are friendly to us. I do think they are. I think we're doing okay here, so we're gonna be all right. Gonna get the green light. Waifu versus Slides redemption. Who is going to take the last spot in the contender round? Waifu absolutely ripping into that first turn as he always does. Is he gonna get this first bonus cone? Yeah, he does. Sails it in. Huge angle into the guardrail on the outside of the hairpin turn, heads into the second one. Slides doing everything he can to keep up here, trying to maintain proximity. Does not get the second bonus cone as Waifu cruises through the finish line here. Head back through the pit area to the starting line. Ready to go on their second run here. Slides lined up in the lead position. Waifu going to be in control of the start as they roll forward. Huge angle from Slides into the first turn. Waifu, though, matching it as best he can. Close proximity. First bonus cone. Tackled by Slides. Huge angle through the hairpin. Able to hold on. Waifu right there on the door. Works it back through the transition slide. Gets a little bit of space there, but Waifu able to make it back up right back to the door. Little tap letting him know he's there as they come around up the hill. Will he get the second bonus? Yeah, he does. Through to the finish with Waifu right on the door. You see them flashing their lights at each other. They're having a good time. Slide spins it around. Ooh, a little contact with the wall after the run there. Of course, that doesn't count. As we go to the vote for the last driver to take a spot in the contender round. Absolutely unbelievable runs from both of these guys. I think that's I like coming up with nicknames for our drivers that are around all the time and have, you know, some specific qualities to their driving style. And I have got the name for Slides here. Slides is the Iceman. Cool, calm, and collected under enormous chase pressure all night long. Guys just grinding up the side of his car. He's got no door panels left, and the Iceman stays cool all the way through. Slides taking the pressure, but Waifu, as you guys know, drives like a wild man out here. Takes that Lada and just sails it around full speed ahead all the time. I see the chat over here. Icy's like, wait a minute, somebody's already got that name, damn it. Coming down to the last few seconds on the vote here, it looks like Waifu is going to be taking the spot. The bonus cones going to make it a little bit closer, but not going to change the outcome. Down to the final second, it is official. It will go green on your screen. Waifu, the final driver, making his way to the contender round, and he will be facing off against Malte. But before that, we've got the the battle of the ages. They've done it so many times. All right. I do believe we are back. We are set. We are good to go. Nothing wants to cooperate tonight, but it doesn't matter because it is not stopping us from throwing down with some drifting action here in round one slide style for this year. Here at Atron Circuit, we have got two heavy hitters coming at you right here. Wayne versus Theory, ready to sail it down into that first corner. As we are set up, geared up, and ready to go. These drivers are clear and away. Theory versus Wayne. Two guys vying for the title in 2024. Who's going to knock the other one off the top spot of the first event of this year? Wayne on the lead here, looking to grab this first bonus cone. Definitely going to have it here. Sailing it in, side by side, perfectly matching the angle is Theory. They're door to door all the way through the first hairpin. The long sweeping transition, bumper to bumper. Theory sailing it all the way in there, giving Wayne a little taste of his own medicine. Door to door, banging side by side. Another quick transition across the rear bumper. Up the wall. Oh, and Theory got a piece of the wall, but he's still with him. Second bonus cone. As they roll through to the finish. Unbelievable runs. These guys are back at the line, ready to do it again. They don't want to wait. Wayne says, let's rock and roll. Is the control car. He gets the start. Going to be on the chase this time around. Theory is your lead man. Smooth as ever on the first initiation. That is what he has been doing all day long. Mr. Consistency gets the first cone. Much like the last run, Wayne right on the door, headed through the hairpin. These are almost identical looking runs. Smooth long transition right back to him here. Wayne sticking right with Theory, a little tap there at the end. They make the transition back and forth on the way up the hill. Does he get the cone? Yep, cone is made through to the finish. Perfect runs from both of these guys. I don't know how you're going to vote on that. Vote coming at you in the chat. Both of them got both bonus cones, so that will not be a factor in the vote. Absolutely awesome. Freestyle tandem drifting here from Wayne and Theory. You expect nothing else from these two. And they have delivered here in the contender round. Who is going to move on to the showdown for the winner? And speaking of the showdown, long time mod here and great friend of ours at OYS Live, Barney's dad, offered to sponsor this event. He said, I want to put up 20 winner, of course, on top of our usual prize of a game card to the winner. So it is going to be a $40 to win event here today. And one of these two drivers is going to be one step closer to that. But big shouts out to Barney's dad. Appreciate him so much for all he does for us and the support for our channel over the past 2 years. With putting up a little bit of prize money for these guys to throw it down for this event, and that they are doing. Coming down to a few seconds here on the vote. So close between these two. What's it gonna be? Is Wayne going to another final, or is Theory gonna be able to go capture him another win? Last few seconds here on the vote. And you could expect nothing else. Bonus cones are added. Wayne over Theory, 10-7, moving on to the showdown round. It is a new year in slide style. The two-time champion is already looking to make it 3 on the first event, looking to capture the win here. Heading back down to the start line, though, there are 2 people that could have something to say about Wayne taking that win, and it is Malte and Waifu here. Ready to rock and roll. Cleared away, ready to start. Waifu going to be the control car. Malte, the first lead, been absolutely set to kill from the jump today. Insane qualifying runs, insane lead runs all day. He's bringing more of it right here. Gonna get that first bonus cone easily. Sails it in on the guardrail. Waifu right there on the door, though, not letting him walk away. Razor sharp on the transition, heading into the second hairpin. Malte holding perfect angle all the way through. That car is set up so perfectly for this course. But you see Waifu just eating up that rear bumper. Second bonus cone is good for Malte as they rock through the finish line. What a run from both of these guys. You see why. These are the 4 drivers in the contender round. That is what it is all about right there. Back at the starting line here. Waifu ready to rock and roll in the lead position. Malte going to have control of the start. Let's see how he does in the chase here for the final spot in the showdown round here at Atron Circuit. Who is it going to be, Waifu or Malte? They rip into the first corner, side by side all the way out to the dirt is Waifu. He's going to have to hold on to it here. He is able to do that, stays on course, grabs that first bonus cone. Absolutely launched in, but Malte shoves him through. Waifu doesn't even slow him down. How do you have that much contact with the outside wall? It doesn't even slow him down at all. We're going to look at the replay. That may have to result in a contact penalty for Malte because he did knock him off his line. Waifu not grabbing the second bonus cone there. And we go to the vote, but before you cast your vote, let's take a look at that contact to see here in the bottom right of your screen that contact from Malte. No, I didn't see contact at all there. I'll have to watch it one more time. I think Waifu might have just gotten in there too hot from my initial view. I thought there was contact. We'll look one more time. I don't think he touched him at all. Waifu just got a little too deep in there. And you have to. When you've got someone like Malte on the chase, you've got to absolutely send it. He never touched him. Never touched him. Waifu got just a little bit of that outside wall. No contact made at all. Incredible driving on both of these drivers' parts. Absolutely crazy stuff here. So close on the votes here. Could even come down to the bonus cone between these two. Just under a minute left to go here. I'm just absolutely stunned just watching these replays. We come down to about 20 seconds left on the vote. Malte holding the lead ever so slightly so far. Bonus cones still yet to be counted. Absolutely wild runs here in the contender round. But it does look like the bonus cones are added 12-9. Malte versus Wayne. Who could have ever guessed that would be the final pairing of the first round? Here in 2024, Atron circuit has not disappointed at all here. Absolute crazy freestyle tandem drifting from all of these drivers. Malte and Wayne lined up on the starting line here. Gonna do our best to make sure we still have active replays for this final run that we do. One more time before we get into the showdown run here between these two. We're going to pull up our event calendar for the year. Atron Circuit, of course, is live right now. We're about to have the final showdown between Malte and Wayne. Red Ring going to be next Sunday, April 21st, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Exclamation point Slide Style is the central hub for all things going on with our drift series. Of course, that is on Discord, central hub for everything we're doing. If you want to drive and participate in the event, all the information you need to know is there. If you're just a fan of these guys and want to find out more about what is that they're doing and be a part of our community there in that Discord channel, absolutely join in. And it's always a great time with these guys. Of course, we are at Silverstone on May 5th and St. Petersburg May 19th to round out the spring this year. Going on like an every other week schedule pretty much throughout the season. But definitely join us on the Discord to make sure you don't miss a single bit of slide style competition action. We are ready to lock it down here. Wayne versus Malte. We've seen it a million times. We're going to see it 1,000,001. These guys never disappoint. Malte going to be in control of the start. Wayne going to be on the lead for the final showdown of round one here in slide style in 2024. Wayne gets the launch into the first turn. Absolutely perfect initiation from both drivers there, holding right on the door. Just a tap across the rear bumper. First bonus cone is a success for Wayne. Sails the angle down into the hairpin. No contact at all from either driver. So close across the rear there. Malte matching the angle perfectly, but Wayne grips up a little bit, has the throttle, is moving forward. Malte is going to have to stick with him here. He is able to do that and close that proximity back up as they make their way up the hill, the wall ride. Bonus cone successful for Wayne as they cross the finish side by side. Cannot ask for more from these two here in a final pairing. These guys are duking it out for the championship points for the season, for the title of being a slide style event winner, and for the $40 thanks to the prize money put up by our man Barney's dad. Once again, want to give the big shout out to Barney. Thank him so much for his support of what we're doing. I want to thank DK and Wayne as well as our officials for this event for putting on such a great show, and thank everybody for joining in and voting on these runs. These guys are set up, ready to go. Malte is going to be on the lead. The final run. Who is going to come away with the win? Wayne is the control car. Malte going to be your leader. Super clean sailing it into the first turn here. Malte smooth on the exit, transitioning over, going to grab the first bonus cone as they head into the wall ride here. Perfect angle heading around. That car is so stable at angle. Another close transition across the rear bumper. Wayne going to look to get up to that front wheel. No contact made. Clean driving here from Wayne right across the rear bumper. They actually touch it so close up the hill. Bonus cone is tagged as they come through on the finish line. Absolutely incredible runs from these two. Vote is in the chat. Let us know who you want to see as the first champion of the 2024 slide style season. Event champion, that is. Season champion is handled at the end of the year, of course. Absolutely neck and neck on the vote here. We know they both hit both bonus cones, so there's no change there. It is going to come down to the votes of the viewers at home. Who do you want to see capture the first win of the season between Wayne and Malte? Two veterans here in slide style, two of the best to ever do it, and they're showing you why on your screen right now. These runs look almost identical between these two. Coming down to the last few seconds here. The vote gonna be so close. Who is it gonna be? 10 seconds to go. We count it down here. The bonus cone's not a factor. It looks like the winner of the first event of 2024 here in slide style, it is gonna be none other than two-time champion Wayne grabbing the win. Congratulations, as Wayne, the final score to 10, is your event winner. Absolute incredible driving from all involved. I want to thank all of these drivers for bearing with us with the schedule change leading into this week. And of course, all the incredible driving in practice week after week after week to bring us to today to put on such a great show. Thanks to everybody for watching along at home and voting and making your voice heard on who you want to see capture the win. And yet again, Wayne grabs another victory. The two-time champion and now 9-time slide style event winner. Huge shouts out Barney's dad for putting up the prize money, $40 gaming gift card going to Wayne tonight. Thankful for that as well, for all of the support for everybody for this channel. Means so much to us. DK doing an incredible job in race control, and Akuza doing his best to take photos because there is some issues going on with the new update to the game. This drone camera gets a little sticky on you at times. And I know he did an incredible job getting shots and documenting this event for us to be able to look back at over the years. All of that can be found in our Discord server. !slide style. That is the central hub for all things slide style and everything we do. If you want to be a part of the next slide style event, you can read our regulations and sign up and be a part of our practices and event and come hang out with us. It's a great time, and if you're just a fan of slide style, that is the best place to go to find out what all is going on and keep up with the world of freestyle tandem drifting. For everyone here at Slide Style, I am Alex. Slide Style has been on your screen, and we will see you next Sunday at 2 p.m. as we take on Red Ring for round 2 of the 2024 season. Everybody be safe, and we'll see you next time.